Hello everybody, it's Ashley Garner with Ashley B. Garner and Associates at Intracoastal Realty in Wilmington, North Carolina. Wanted to talk to you today about some myths, some common misconceptions that people are having right now in the real estate world. These are things that I deal with every day, but I find when talking to people who don't deal in the real estate business every day, they think that these things are true. And I want to talk to you about them because it's very important you know they're not true, because this affects lots and lots of people. So let's jump right into it. The first myth is that you have to have 20% down in order to buy a house or to get a loan. So the answer is this: you do not have to have 20% for a down payment. In fact, there are plenty of instances now in which you can get 100% financing, which means 0% down, which means very little cash out of your pocket. And even we can structure it so that the seller pays closing costs, and in that situation you have very little cash at all out of pocket. So you can borrow 80%, which would mean you had a 20% down payment, and many people do that. And if you're able to do that, then I think that's wonderful. You'll pay the lowest fees and the lowest interest rates to do that. But you could also get 90% financing, or 95%, or even 96.5%, or even 100%. So there are, if cash for your down payment is a source of concern for you, more than likely there's a way for you to figure that out and obtain a loan to buy the house. So that's a myth. You do not have to have 20% cash down to buy a house. Myth number two: if you're going to get a loan, a lot of people think that you have to have a 700 credit score or better. Well, this is also not true. In fact, FHA just lowered their criteria that they will do FHA-backed loans with a credit score of 580 or better. That's a pretty big difference from 700. So, the better your credit score, the cheaper the loan's going to be. The lower the interest rate, the lower the fees, etc. But just because you may have some dings on your credit and your credit score is lower than 700 doesn't mean you can't get a loan, because as long as you have one that's 580 or better, there are loans available that you can get in order to buy a house. This one right here, best time of year, I wrote that because everybody has in their head that they think there's a best time of year to either buy or sell real estate. A lot of people think that, well, the summer or the spring or the summer are the best times to sell my house. Or some people might think that maybe like buying a car, like the end of the month or end of the year is the best time to buy a house. This isn't true. Any time of the year, anytime you are ready is the time to buy the house. So, if you're selling your house, for example, and you say, well, I'm going to wait until the spring when we write most of our contracts, and that's true. We write most of our business in May and June. Most of our closings are July and August. But the point is, there are more listings also in the spring, so you have more competition in the spring. Yes, there may be more buyers, but there are also more sellers that are trying to sell their house. So you've got pluses and minuses. Also, some people say, well, I'm going to wait until the spring because I think I can get a higher price. Well, bottom line is, if we're in a healthy real estate market, which we are now, and we see 3% per year appreciation, you just take 3% and divide it by 12, and that's how much appreciation you can expect per month. And in most cases, that's not very much. And so for you to wait that long, you're probably going to pay more in insurance, maintenance, and taxes than you're going to gain by waiting a month or two for your appreciation. So really, anytime that you're ready, usually there's a life reason for buying or selling real estate, and most of the time there is no reason to put that off for a few months, 6 months, 3 months. There are ways to do it. Our job is to handle the process. Your job is to make the decisions. Sometimes you need to talk to us to understand the process before you're able to make a decision. And so hopefully these myths that we've just debunked here will help you along. And if you have any other questions, please give us a call anytime. Until next time, this is Ashley.